All right, I'm gonna try to do a tutorial video, some drawing. I know a lot of people on like TikTok and stuff had asked, so try to give that a shot. Also need to preface this video with the fact that I have zero teaching experience, and I don't know. I think a lot of people probably like won't like the way that I draw, but whatever. If it helps, it helps. So I'm gonna start with the face. How to draw a face. Basically, you gotta start with the idea that you're like using reference points at every step of the drawing. So the best way to explain this, I feel like, is just to draw and like explain as I do it. So just pick a point. I like to start with the eye for most of my drawings. So start with a point there. It's the corner of the left eye. Just kind of, oh, this is also like assuming that you have a reference to look at. So you start with the left, boom, and then just draw the shape of the top there. Bam. All right, you got your general shape of your first eye. Now, your starting point, you don't really need to like care too much about the proportions right now or the size. I mean, since it's the first thing you're drawing, you can kind of go however you want and build the rest of the drawing with it. So you just draw what you see. Bam. Eyeball there. And there you go. You got the general shape of the first eyeball. All right. Now, add in those lashes or whatever it is you're drawing, or whoever it is you're drawing. Bam, bam. Then get some of the other details. Basically, just draw what you see. There you go. Now you gotta start with pupil. Pupil, obviously, is gonna be like, you know, you have the pupil here. Depending on where it's looking, it's gonna change the shape of it. If it's looking up, it's gonna be more of this shape, or down, you know, depending on that, or like that. If it's to the side, it's gonna be like that. You know what I mean? Basic idea. So we're gonna make this one looking off to the side a little bit. So you're gonna go slightly oval shaped like that. So we go boom, boom. There you go. We got your first eyeball. All right, now this is where the reference stuff comes in. So basically you gotta think of it as like you're on X, Y axis, whatever. Now, let's assume that this point here, the corner of the eye, let's say it's right here. Now you gotta decide where your next starting point of where you're drawing is in relation to this point, okay? So if this is right here, and you're looking at your reference or whatever, and you see it's kind of like up this much, and then to the left this much, then you're gonna kind of go like that, you know what I mean? If it's like this, maybe like half an inch up, and then quarter inch to the left, you're gonna go boom, and then boom. And that's generally where the start of your next spot, in this case the eyebrow, is gonna start. So you go up here, get the shape down, boom. And you're doing this like with every little detail of the entire drawing as you go on. So now that you started with this and now you're up here, where in reference to, say, you know, the pupil does this next section start? So boom, right here, it starts to curve around where the pupil is. So you start to go like that, boom. And then you have your next detail of the face drawing. Fill that in. Boom, boom. There you go. All right. And also the thing is, since you were drawing with pen right now, you obviously have to get all the details that you see, but a really important part of drawing with pen is also not drawing everything you see, knowing what to leave out. Because if you like, obviously there's like, say the nose, for example, there's shades all over it. You can see, you know, different gradients or whatever. It's light here, slightly darker, gray, 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 black, black, black. You have to leave a lot of it out because if you try to do every little thing, your drawing's gonna look like stupid. So again, reference points, where does the start of the next eye go in relation to whatever, this point, this point, this point, this point. So start here, it goes up a little bit here. So it's gonna be like, bam, somewhere around there. Slightly up, boom, right there. That's the start of the next eye. Get that general shape, boom, boom. There you go, here's your next eyeball. Fill in details. And again, you're doing this the entire process, every little thing. It's easy to forget sometimes, but I mean, the more you do it, the better you are gonna get at it. There you go. You got two eyes now. And then whatever details you want in it. She's angry, she's sad, whatever you want. Now the nose. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Nose can be tricky a lot of times because, again, it's easy to over detail your drawing because you're just trying to draw what you see, but again, it's important to leave out a lot of the stuff so that it looks right. So just get the bottom general shape down. Again, in relation, where does the edge of the nostril go in reference to, like, this point to this point? How is this angle? I hope this makes sense. I don't know if it does. Bam. There you go. Now you got a general shape of the nose. Bam. That look right? Yeah, I guess that's fine. Now the lips. And depending on which way the face is shaping, or the face is facing, is it going to be lower, higher? It's going to be off to the side, this way. In this case, the look is slightly down. That's why the eyebrows are closer to the eye. And this way, if she's looking down, then you got to do the lips a little closer to the nose because of the perspective. Bam, there you go. That looks about right. Now, just to finish that off. There you go. Fill in the rest here. Oh, now we have a good rough of the face. Again, details are up to you. How detailed you want it to be, how vague you want it to be, because you can make it way less detailed than this. I mean, if you want to go like more of that, I don't know, anime manga style, you know, you could go really like boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? And kind of leave a lot to the imagination, because your brain will be able to fill in a lot of it as long as you get like the more essential aspects of the drawing. You know what I mean? Because again, this is like tons less detail, but you could still recognize that it's a face. You know what I mean? So let's go and fill in the rest. Boom. Shape the cheek. There we go. And right there. And again, there's also general rules for when you're drawing faces specifically, that obviously everyone looks different, so things will be slightly, you know, they'll vary. But like, for example, a lot of time when you're drawing the eyes, the space in between the eyes will usually be the size of one. So it's like one eye, and then imagine one eye in the middle, and then the second one. That's like a general rule. Obviously things are different sometimes, but stuff like that will help you to draw like later when you've drawn like a lot, to like not have to use a reference. Because I mean, once you've drawn enough, you'll have general idea of like, say, here's a side profile, boom. So you know this is where the eye's supposed to be, blah, blah, blah. The eyebrow like that, boom. Nose bridge is about right here, boom, 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 boom. And then lips. You'll get the general shape because you've drawn so much, and it just, a lot of it becomes muscle memory, and you have a good idea of where things are generally supposed to go. Right there. Give some hair. You know what I mean? And yeah. So again, starting back with this. Give her some hair here. And then everything else is basically the same idea. It's just this axis that you're kind of using to, every detail that you start with, it has to be in relation or in reference to a different part of the drawing. Like for here, where did this mouth start in relation to here? Was it out here? Was it just before this ended? How big was this nose? You know, was it roughly the size of this eye with this eye? You know, where did the neck start? Was it at the point of this? Was it at the point of this here? Was it the point of this? You know, basically like that. I don't know if that helps, but yep, that's kind of the tutorial for drawing faces, and honestly for drawing anything, but started with the face to kind of maybe just begin with this tutorial thing that I might do more of. I don't know, depending on if you guys liked it or not.